Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final score. Today, we'll be talking about the MLB and how we're feeling through the first stretch of the season. So let's get right into it. All right, so we're back, and
we're going to be taking a look at some of the early woes and struggles for the Yankees and the Cubs. That's going to be our native teams here. Most of the members of the podcast, myself, Jayden, and Anthony, are big Yankees fans. When Dylan is alone with Chicago Cubs, so who you guys want to get into first?
And as mentioned, the Red Sox.
No, Dylan. Before we started this podcast, was very close to being kicked off, saying that Boston Red Sox. That's not even just a Yankee Yankee thing. You live in New York.
Yeah,
and you're saying Boston Red Sox is your second favorite team.
I like Boston more.
That's like being
a
Giants fan.
That's the exception.
And being like, yeah, Patriots are. I love the Patriots, or I love the Cowboys.
I hate Tom Brady. I don't hate the Patriots.
You're really depressing. You're really killing us.
I like Boston.
So let's talk about how disgustingly awful the Cubs are.
Yeah, they're not great.
Yeah, they started off very poorly.
Javi Baez is definitely playing. I mean, obviously what he usually does, but he's definitely having a pretty good year.
We scored 15 runs last night.
Congratulations, you're still a game under 500 now. I don't know. I can't.
Hang on.
Yeah,
hang on. Nope. Let's pull up the standings. Actually, it seems to me that there's a team that's 6-11.
We're gonna get into that. Don't you worry. We're gonna be getting into that, and we're gonna talk about why that team is probably gonna be winning the World Series. But for now, we're gonna stay with.
There is zero chance.
Right now, we're gonna be staying with how disgustingly bad the Cubs are.
This is okay. Yeah.
So, just some bright spots for the Cubs. You know, they've got 3 players who have hit 5 home runs so far, and that's Javi Baez, Chris Bryant, and Wilson Contreras. But they've also... You can relax. And then they've definitely had some more disappointments on the year, with guys like Jason Hayward only having 1 run.
Oh, he's been terrible for the last 3 years.
Rizzo only has 3 runs. I mean, Rizzo's okay.
The issue of the Cubs, the long-term issue, and I feel like it's the same for the Bruins and hockey, it's the same thing. It's like we've had this team since 2016, and we've just let it dwindle. We've done nothing to actually improve the state of the team. I feel like, honestly, ever since Addison Russell went down with that whole domestic abuse thing,
seems like you just got your World Series and kind of just
Chris Bryant's regressed every year. Rizzo's regressed every year. Contreras has gotten better. I'll give that, but that's not like it's a key.
Baez has definitely gotten better. Baez has turned into your best player.
That was the one exception. That's when I thought we could win again once Baez started coming up.
Yeah.
Then you look not only at batting, right? We don't have that many great prospects. We had Nico Hornier come up, but he's...
Whatever happened to you? Where even is he now?
San Diego, and he's an ace. But
we're just talking.
I think basically the Cubs, the issue with them is also we've let our pitching dwindle as well. I mean, we brought back Arrieta, but he's no replacement for you, Darvish.
Yeah.
We made that horrible trade 2 years ago where we traded Eloy Jimenez for Quintana, which
awful.
Is horrible. I mean, Epstein won us a ring, so I can't complain that much. Mm-hmm. And I still will maintain the Chapman for Gleiber trade was the right move because it won us a World Series.
You always make the trade for the World Series. But here's the difference, in my opinion, between this Cubs and the Yankees, because obviously the Yankees are having a terrible season. I don't see the Cubs making this big of a turnaround because, like you said, they're just the same team.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be. I'm not saying that they're going to be this bad, but. The Yankees, I'm not worried about the Yankees in the sense of I think we'll turn it around.
I think there's a 33% chance the Cubs make the playoffs. And that's because we are the same team we've been making the playoffs.
But like you said, everyone's going to keep progressing.
Oh, I agree completely. I've said since last year, and especially because we lost to the Marlins in the playoffs, I've said since last year we need to blow it up.
Yep.
I don't know why we haven't gotten rid of Brian and Rizzo. They're clearly...
You definitely should have won Chris Bryant. Like, you definitely should have traded him or something.
Yeah,
I don't know why
agree.
You brought him back.
I would trade almost everybody on the team. I don't think there's.
I don't think you should.
Javi? Javi's got like 18 RBIs this year already.
Well, here's the thing. He'd be the one player, but if you meant getting an elite prospect, I'd do it.
I agree.
So essentially,
you know what?
I wouldn't put him untouchable. He'd be the one person I wouldn't want to trade, but I would trade everybody.
But you know what? There's no point in keeping him because if you did blow it up,
yeah, exactly.
There is no point in keeping him. At this point, you want to go for a young team. So you know what? I think that the Cubs should trade him.
I think we need to.
Because at this rate, they're
Javi.
Because he's not going to do anything. If they make a ton of, it's not going to do anything. What's the
point
of Mike Trout? Mike Trout. Look at Mike Trout.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the best player. He's a top 5 player, arguably, of all time.
Yeah.
And when he's done with his career, he'll definitely be a top 5 player of all time. The Angels stink, and they always will.
They've been better this season.
But they're not.
Showtime, baby.
They've never been a contender for the World Series, and it's because one guy means nothing.
And that's because
you need a whole team.
The Angels roster is so poorly built in pitching. Their hitting is good. Ohtani, Rendon, Trout.
I love Ohtani.
David Fletcher. But the issue is they haven't had a pitching staff in like 5 years. They've had nobody. I don't know why they can't get one together. I don't know why they couldn't have gotten one of the guys the Padres got. I mean, the Padres loaded up their pitching rotation like nothing. But basically what I think the Cubs need to do is look at the rebuilds of, yes, I hate them too, but the Astros. I mean, regardless of them cheating, he built a great team.
You know who's been...
And then the Padres as well, building their team. We need to tank, get as many prospects as possible.
You know who's been real disappointing? It's a little off topic, but I was just thinking. Fernando Tatis. He's been terrible.
Oh my God, he's been playing awful.
He has a 154 batting average.
I think he'll recover.
I think he'll recover, but it's
month.
But someone who's been I've been picking him a lot and beat the streak. Eric Hosmer.
Oh, he's
got a 311 batting average.
Who leads the league in batting average right now?
I know Vladdy's averaging like a 383.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know the best pitcher in the league so far has been Corbin Burns, which is a surprise from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think if you look at...
Oh, yes, he has been ridiculous. Yeah.
I think he's really good, but the issue with the Brewers is the same as the Angels. Sure, Corbin Burns is an exception. Josh Hader and Devin Williams are great relievers. But the Brewers still will have so many missing pieces on their team. They could be, honestly, a World Series team if they had an elite pitching rotation.
Well, you know who's going to carry them to the World Series? Lorenzo Cain.
I don't even know if he's playing. Is he out there?
Yeah.
He was injured all last year.
No, he's back.
What's he batting? Like 211?
No, I don't know. Let me check. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure Lorenzo's having a pretty good year. I know he missed a few games. Yeah. Oh, no, never mind. 154.
That's what I mean. Lorenzo Cain hasn't been good in some time.
Yeah, he's been bad for... He hasn't been good since his prime days in the Royals.
Yeah, speaking of them, the Royals...
Yeah, the Royals have been really good.
Year. But let me look at some of the stats around the league. Well, you guys start talking about... what do you think about the Yankees? And then I'll get my...
Well, we can... Maybe we should save the Yankees for a little bit just because that might be a long discussion.
Yeah, just some other players.
Royals... Or sorry, go ahead.
Go.
Oh, I want to give a big shout out to my fantasy team because here's the thing: I dropped Carlos Rendon, right? Guess what? Next day, he throws a no-hitter.
Really?
I dropped David Peralta. Guess what? Next day, 5 for 6, 2 home runs, 5 RBI.
Has there been 2 no-hitters so far this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget who the other one is off the top of my head. It might have been Joe Musgrove. I think it was Joe Musgrove.
I think the team that is right now, not necessarily surprising, but the team who's having the best year easily is the Dodgers.
Also, Acuna.
Yeah.
Acuna is actually the he's leading the league in average right now.
What's he getting?
419.
I just want to say
that's unreal.
He has 7 home runs.
Arguably, right now, one of the better players in baseball, who's carrying their 14-4 team, the Dodgers, throughout every single stat.
Oh, they're ridiculous. It's like what I thought the Lakers would be at the beginning of this season.
Like, I thought, to be honest with you, I thought Mookie Betts was going to be their best player. This year. Justin Turner is having an unbelievable year. He's 5 home runs, 381 batting average, 16 RBIs, a 444 on base percentage, and 24 hits. He's leading their league he's leading their team in every single offensive stat.
Yeah.
But,
Justin Turner is certainly having a great year, and they don't even. The scary part about the Dodgers is they still have pieces that aren't even fully developed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gavin Lux hasn't really played much this year. I still think he's great. then you get a guy.
But I don't think he'll develop much more this year.
Maybe not this year, but I really like him long term.
Yeah,
Dustin May is a great pitcher, and Walker Buehler, he's not an ace yet, but I think he's going to be like.
Definitely.
He's not going to be Kershaw level.
No,
but he's going to be very, very good for them for a while.
I 100% agree.
So I think I think anything can happen in baseball, but right now I really don't see a team that's
beating
not
the Dodgers
winning. Anything can happen, though. It is baseball. I think their biggest competition is most likely the Padres.
Yeah, but the Padres, even though they've been struggling a little bit, they're 10-10. They got a lot of weapons with Eric Hosmer, Fernando Tatis.
Is ridiculous.
They got a pretty scary team. Once they get some things figured out with Fernando, like everyone just getting in the groove a little bit
They're
more.
a team that I can see ripping off, just like the Athletics have been 11 in a row.
Yeah, A's are playing really good.
Yeah, but that's not going to keep up. They're going to fall back down to earth.
No, the Athletics are always a playoff team.
But they're not a team I'm thinking about for contending to anything.
They're always one step away.
Yeah,
and that's because of their budget. It's the same thing with. I was surprised the Rays got over the hump this year, and I think they will win it in the future because with Wander Franco getting called up, they'll no doubt, I think, win it. I think they're the best team in the AL East.
You think who is?
The Rays. Even trading Blake Snell, but that's always because they're constantly retooling, making good draft picks. If they had a budget, they would, without a doubt, be as good as the Dodgers. If they actually had a legitimate budget to spend on their players.
You know what team that we were just talking about? But I'm shocked that the
Royals.
No, the
Reds.
No, the Angels are having a pretty successful season so far.
Yeah, what's their record so far?
They're 9-7. 9-7. But I mean, obviously Trout's having an amazing year, but I mean, they're only a game and a half back, which is shocking because they're not normally that good.
Yeah,
like ever.
Well, they have Joe Madden now,
but still, their team is built poorly.
Their offense is really strong.
What's the White Sox record?
9-9.
Yeah, they'll probably make the playoffs.
Because they brought in that 90-year-old dude. Who'd they bring in?
Tony La Russa.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably make the playoffs. I know Minnesota's lost 4 in a row, but they're their biggest competition. Minnesota's still a very well-built team.
Yeah, but they always have their struggles.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying. I still think Minnesota will make the playoffs.
I agree, but
they're very well-built.
They always seem to have something like a little off about them, but
yeah, I mean, it's a long season, and that's the
Right.
thing is every time the season starts, I don't know what it is, but the Seattle Mariners start off hot every single year, and
100%.
then they plummet back to earth. And it's unfortunate because they have some really great prospects. They have Kalenic, Dylan Moore, Kyle Lewis. Their outfield is going to be ridiculous.
the longest win streak right now, surprisingly,
Is the Athletics, isn't it?
No.
Did they lose?
Wait.
They've won 11 in a row.
Yeah, other than that, though, I'm talking about the National League. The Diamondbacks are
They
doing
got
better than-
4 in a row.
Escobar's been really good lately, but I don't like the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Zach Gallen's a great pitcher, but I don't really think they're that talented.
Yeah.
Some other things of note is the NL East is a bit tricky right now. Philly started off they started off extremely hot. Now they've fallen off back to earth. The Mets are about where I expect them to be, and Atlanta is underperforming.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I think the Mets. I think they're gonna get better.
Yeah, but I still think the best team in that division is Atlanta.
Yeah, they're just having some early struggles. I think that they're going to turn around for sure.
Well, the Atlanta's biggest issue is their bullpen.
Yeah.
They do not have a great bullpen. It's what's holding them back. Their batting is great. Acuna's a top 5 player in the league. If not,
Acuna's
maybe
unbelievable.
Maybe a top 3.
Except our man Ian Anderson's having a really good year, especially the fact that he just shut out our Yankees.
Yeah, no, they have a great rotation. It's their bullpen that's really holding them back. They do not have a great bullpen at all.
Ronald Acuna is unbelievable.
He's already had 7 runs this year.
7 home runs, 16 RBIs, 486 on base percentage, and 26 hits. That's unbelievable.
They do have a really good lineup.
If you're talking best players in the league, I'm trying to think of.
Trout.
Obviously, Trout's number 1, Mookie's 2.
I don't even know though.
I'd say Yelich. He's probably 3.
But I think Ronald Acuna is better than Mookie Betts.
No, I'd say Betts is better. But after that, it's like Acuna,
Acuna's
Soto,
obviously having a better
Judge.
year.
Yeah.
Acuna, Soto, Judge. I feel like they're your next 3 more
Justin Turner's up there. Not even just for this year. He's been good for.
You're out of your mind. He's a solid third baseman, but he is nowhere clear as good as those guys.
I'm saying he's up there for, like you said, the next man.
He's not even top 10.
No, but like top 15.
I don't even think that.
I think he is.
We ain't even mentioned Tatis.
That's just one guy.
Rendon. I mean, there's a billion guys that are better than Justin Turner. Justin Turner's a good hitter, but I think last year he only batted like 250.
We're gonna have to see at the end of the year if he can continue this insane start. Because if he does continue this, for the rest of the year, which obviously he's gonna come back to earth a little bit.
Is the best pitcher in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let me look. I really.
He batted .307 last year.
Did he?
Yep.
What was it?
With 46.
But yeah, he is a great hitter. I just top.
Yeah, what are you talking about? He went .307.
So you don't consider him a top 10 player?
No.
I think he's definitely top 15. Don't. In these past 4 or 5 years, he's batted .307, .290, .312, .322, .340 in 2014.
I mean, he's consistent, but I still would not put him at that level. I mean,
he's definitely one of the best hitters.
We haven't even mentioned Machado or Lindor.
Machado, I'm not high on Machado.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think Machado is pretty overrated. But yeah. Back to the Braves on Ronaldo Cooney.
Well, I'm just trying.
The Braves have just been. They started.
I'm just saying this list has Justin Turner at 46, and that's about where I'd put him. That's about
46
where I think he is for me.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Although they have Judge at 21, which is ridiculous. Yeah. I know he's not always healthy, but when Judge is healthy,
when Judge is also hot, like if Judge is on a streak, he's getting a home run every single game.
I think it's about time we start talking about the Yankees and the AL East in general. To start, the AL East is, in my opinion, maybe the best division in baseball. And that is because I think the Red Sox can be a playoff team. I think the Rays are the best team in that division. The Yankees can be a playoff team, and they should be a playoff team. I think Boone's horrible.
I agree with you.
The Blue Jays have enough talent to where
they
made the playoffs, I wouldn't be shocked.
They don't even have Springer. I mean, when they get Springer back, their lineup is going to be crazy.
Yeah. And the Orioles...
I'm not too worried about the Blue Jays.
The Orioles are not atrocious. Like, they're competitive.
No. They always kill the Yankees for some reason.
Yeah, they do.
So I think this division is extremely strong. That being said, the Rays are the best team in the division.
So, talking about the Yankees, though, we have the same problem.
It's because they do it every single year. We get to maybe just right before the World Series. We haven't been able to make it, obviously. But we just keep going for home run hitters when what we need is two more guys, like obviously not of this caliber, but like DJ LeMahieu. But even LeMahieu this year he's not even averaging 280. And he's our best.
Yeah, but it's first month. You can't make it.
I know, it's just... But, it just seems to be the formula every year that we don't bring in consistent hitters. We just bring in home run hitters. And you can't win a World Series like that.
Is a horrible catcher.
He's a disgusting
The problem right here is that our fourth highest batting average is 194. That's our fourth highest on our team. Gleyber is playing really bad, but Aaron Hicks, 164. Giancarlo Stanton, 158. But the problem with this team...
I think Stan will get hot at some point this year. He almost always does.
The problem with this team is that they always, for some reason, find ways to lose. And right now, it's because everyone on this team can't get hits. We don't get on base. Home runs mean nothing. And the Yankees are prime examples of that because we're the top home run hitting team, not this year, but... Years and years, we've had the best home run hitters in the league. We got Giancarlo Stanton. We overpaid for him. All he does is hit home runs. He can't get on base. The only player that can consistently get on base is DJ LeMahieu and Gio Urshela.
That's why we need
the Yankees
more players
have
like
so
that.
Much talent, right? Whatever happened to Andujar, by the way?
I think we traded him.
He was so good that one year. But
although we don't have,
should not be in the league.
No, he shouldn't.
I get why you love him because he's been a Yankee for so long.
I don't even love him.
He should not be in the league.
No.
He can barely throw. Hicks is good.
We don't have Luke Voigt right now, who was a home run leader last year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's just another home run hitter.
Gary Sanchez is almost in a weird way the most overrated player in the league because people still try to say he's good.
He's just good. He's not good at what
he's not even good at hitting, and he's terrible at fielding. He's terrible. He's consistently.
I think you know what I'm gonna argue. I think you can make the argument that he's worse at hitting than he is at fielding. Because
that's how bad he is.
He swings at. That's the problem with the Yankees. You throw it down and away, and they're swinging every time.
Yeah.
We swing at terrible pitches, and
he
that's
swung
why we
at one of the
consistently
worst
lose.
pitches I saw in my life. It was
He
like
always swings.
18 yards outside the box, and he swung at it.
Who's your guy's other catcher?
I don't know if we still have Austin Romine.
Yeah, look that up.
But
Because
I'm pretty-
honestly,
I don't know how to pronounce his name. His
Oh,
last
Kyle
name.
Higashioka.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
because the thing is,
Yeah, he's a solid hitter.
I mean, let me look up Gary
He's a solid
Sanchez's
catcher, I mean, compared to
stats.
Gary.
He
Yeah.
was so hyped that year coming out where people were like, he's going to be, I'm drawing a blank here. Who was your guy's famous catcher during the 2000s? The Yankees.
Oh, the Yankees?
Yeah.
Jorge Posada?
Yeah. Everybody was like, he's going to be the next Posada.
Well, yeah, but he's terrible.
And I think he is.
He's just
I mean, let's look at his career stats, right?
no, it's not terrible.
So he came in great. 2016, 2017, he was hitting
Tiny.
well. However, his fielding was still terrible, but people were like, okay, he's such a good hitter, it'll be okay. Now let's look the last 4 years.
Well, because it looked like
186, 232, 147.
Oh my god.
Well, let me just say,
200 this
it
year.
looked as if the reason his defense and his fielding was so bad is just because, at least this is what I thought, he's just lazy. So I thought all it was effort, but he's just terrible. He's slow. So
and even if it is just his effort, that's still a problem in itself.
right,
Your guy's big prospect right now is what, Jared Rodriguez? Is that his name?
Yeah.
When's his ETA?
I don't know. I don't know.
Jay
Cubs are
Bruce,
hot
well,
again
because
tonight.
Bruce just retired, so we just called up someone. I can't remember who it was.
Who retired?
Jay
Bruce.
Bruce.
He was the worst.
He didn't even play, did he?
He had one
played-
home run.
Yeah, he played pathetic.
But
Speaking
we
of,
just
the
called
Yankees are
someone
up
up.
5-3. Just saying.
Let's go, baby.
Cubs are up 3-0. But
I mean, it's early in the baseball season, but the Yankees are. I don't think anyone expected this at all.
The thing about baseball
but
is
the more and more you think about it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
the thing. I'm just saying. The thing about baseball is like, I'm not worried about the Yankees, making the playoffs. I think we'll make the playoffs, but the Yankees, unless they can somehow learn to just hit the opposite way and just get on base instead of trying to pull home runs every single time you swing the bat, then we're gonna have some serious problems. Because we have runners, and we're the worst team with runners in scoring position. Because we strike out so much.
Now, here's your other issue, right? Let's look at their pitching rotation.
Oh God.
Because
Well,
it's
well,
hell.
I
I get Garrett Cole will be better. That's fine. I know he didn't start off.
And I think one thing though,
but I'm not gonna,
Luis Severino, he still has some time left, but he'll be back by.
June. I
Yeah.
think. June.
I think.
What
yeah.
was it? PEDs or the?
No,
Yeah,
he
Tommy
gets
John surgery.
Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. He had some issues
No.
before that. Was that Domingo?
Yeah, that was Domingo.
Yeah, it wasn't
He's
Sevy.
back.
Luis Severino, I think people forget how good he is and
It'll
how
take him some time
and
to get
how
back in
big
the
he
rhythm.
was for our team. So once he comes back, our pitching rotation will look a little bit better. But we just can't do anything. Like our bullpens with Chad Green, he's okay, but he sucks at the same time. Like
I
when
feel
he
like-
plays good, he's okay, but he really just gives up a lot of hits. And
I
stuff.
just feel like every time we talk about the Yankees, and I mean, I personally, the reason we aren't going to get to that next level is because we don't bring in consistent hitters. You know, we do address like certain things like pitching. You know, we brought in Garrett Cole, but every single time when it's so obvious that we need consistent hitters, we just bring in a home run hitter, and
Like
that's
last
not
year.
how you win.
Last year we gave Edwin Encarnacion.
Oh my God! Do not get me
Oh,
started on him.
horrible.
He was so bad. The problem is that
Oh, you know what's? It reminds me of just old guys. Quick segue. Nelson Cruz is killing it again at
Yeah.
40 years old. He's ridiculous.
yeah, you're,
No, Edwin.
the problem is that no matter what the Yankees do, we're not gonna do anything unless we have our DJ LeMahieu, our Didi Gregorius
and
type
that's
players.
fine. Let's say
Giving
you're-
up Didi
Let's
Gregorius
say
was
your
terrible.
batting gets hot for some reason. Garrett Cole is fine, obviously. Kluber's not great. Montgomery's not great. I think Talion's pretty.
No, he's terrible.
Well, here's the thing. He's a good pitcher, but he could be like a Sonny Gray scenario, where it's like he got to New York and he couldn't handle the limelight. Like, that happened. Sonny Gray got way better when he left New York. And he was way better
You rather
before.
get way better or way worse. when
And
you go to
Domingo
the
Germán
Yankees?
is not good. So, your guys' rotation, even with Severino, is not good.
I disagree though, because I think that Garrett Cole is your ace.
Yeah.
And then you got Luis Severino at your 2, and then your third as Kluber.
But we don't know how good Severino is going to be.
I'm banking on him being what he was before.
That's the whole thing. I don't think Kluber's a good number 3 at all anymore. Montgomery's not that good. Calleon's hasn't been good at all, and Armand is not good. And your bullpen,
awful. Yeah, I know.
Chapman, Green, and Britton, if he's healthy, are solid.
See,
the rest of that bullpen
no,
is
what?
Not, what?
Chad Green's awful.
Oh, how has he been this year? He was solid last year.
He's so bad. I mean, he's always that guy that
Britton's good.
He's fairly consistent, but Chapman, in my opinion, is the only guy I trust.
Yeah,
because Britton, he's good when it doesn't matter, but when it matters, he throws so many just home runs.
And now here's the issue: the Yankees have a bunch of players that pop off the page. Now let's look at a team like the Red Sox, who none of their players pop off the page, and yet they've managed to play better than the Yankees all year. And I'm not even meaning that as a slight.
I mean, Yankees are underachieving. I think more than at least myself, anyone could have predicted.
Yeah, I'm just saying in hindsight, it actually does make sense because it's similar to. It's like
we do the same thing every year. We never do what we need to do.
It's like how the Giants were built 3 years ago
with Jerry Reese.
Yeah, they have flashy players, but they really don't have much substance. And I'm not saying the Red Sox are a World Series team by any means. I'm just saying that they actually have a lot of substance, and their team just makes contact.
I do believe.
Yeah, that's the thing about baseball, though. Like, in basketball, you can have that one. You need that one guy.
Yeah, take over a game.
But in baseball, you don't need Mike Trout. Is so unbelievably not important. If that makes sense. There's a reason that the Angels aren't that good. It's because you can only do so much as one player.
Yeah.
You can only make plays if the ball comes to you in the outfield.
Mike Trout's been the best player in the MLB for the past 8 years, 7, around there.
You only get 4 at bats. Or that's at most. You get 3 at bats a game.
Probably 4, depends on the game.
Right, but
you just can't put a team on your back because it's more like LeBron on the Cavs. You know, when they had that frequent comeback, he put the team on his back and carried. In baseball, you can't do that. Even in football, you kind of can because as a quarterback, you can just put the ball in the right spot and they're going to catch it. But in baseball, you have to win as a team. So that's why we see teams like the Yankees with all the star power, but we can't play collectively.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the stark contrast is the Red Sox, who have... I mean, Devers and Bogarts are kind of star power, but
Bogarts definitely is. I think Bogarts is definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Devers is better, though. But, as far as... He's been great this season.
No, I'm saying I know Devers better. I'm saying I don't know if either of them are. I think they're just kind of... what do you mean by star?
I mean...
Like an all-star?
A star is are we going to get into what a star is?
Well, I'm just saying because I don't think they're that. I think that they just play good team baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Bogarts and Devers are almost stars.
Yeah.
They're pretty close. But that's what I mean. They play good baseball. The Athletics play good baseball. The Rays play good baseball. It's all these guys that aren't that flashy and just make contact with the ball and pitch properly. The Yankees can't seem to get those guys.
But I think after them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's not that we almost didn't get we were flirting with not getting DJ.
He's the only guy who breaks that rule.
And Gio Urshela.
Yeah,
Gio Urshela's good.
I do believe DJ will definitely turn it up
Luke
and end up
maybe as well.
He's just a home run hitter.
He just had a great year last year. If he does what he did last year again, we'll be in much better shape.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think
Yankees will make the playoffs.
Yes,
I do.
But if you're giving me let me look at the standings.
We're 6-11, sitting at the bottom.
I know. What I'm saying is, if you ask me at the end of the year how this would look, right? The AL, they're back to 5 teams this year, correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
Rays, I could easily see 3 teams from this division, but I do think the Rays and the Yankees will make it, and I think there's a good chance the Red Sox are close. I think it's going to be close because I feel like the Rays are a lock. I think The White Sox and Twins are both, one of them's getting in, the other one can easily be the wild card. So that's 3 right there. The Athletics are going to be a wild card or close. The Astros will probably get in. Yeah. And then the Red Sox. So that's, I think, that's 6 teams right there. I said Red Sox, Rays,
A's,
Yankees,
Athletics,
Astros.
Athletics are
I'm way up. 8 teams. That is 8 teams right there, and there's only 5 spots, and I think all those 8 teams could make the playoffs. So I think the Yankees. I'm not going to say like you need to start now, but in a month you guys need to be in a much better spot than you are now. I think
it's a long season. I mean, once we get Voigt back, we'll get a little bit. Hopefully, we can just try to get some consistency into our lineup. But yeah, obviously, as a Yankees fan, it does not look good right
also,
now.
Also, the MLB power rankings are a joke.
Yeah, they
Why?
are.
Where are the Yankees?
The Yankees are 11th.
Yeah, that's real bad.
NBA power rankings, on the other hand, have Knicks at 11, and that ain't no joke. You best believe that. Well, anything else you guys wanted to get into?
The only thing is, I think the Astros are off to a slow start, but once they get
they're cheaters. They deserve it. I hope
they
fall out of the league.
I hate them, but they're still a very talented team. Can't deny that.
Yeah, well, they're just figuring out baseball without cheating. Because it's a completely different game.
So that should just about wrap things up for us. We want to give a shout out to Ian Anderson after beating down on our Yankees the other night, but he's having a great year so far.
Isn't that second time doing it?
Yeah, he kills the Yankees. So, he's definitely going to be continuing his great year, but just for now, for us, this is just about wrapping things up. So this has been
Final score.